All right, here's another example from beginning C++. Um, and again, this is to illustrate arithmetic operations. And again, some of this is going to be familiar from C# work that you've done. But here we have our score is an unsigned int, and it's initialized to 5,000. And then we say, score. We see out the score. We have this literal string score, and then the score, and then an endl here. So actually, let's take a look at the output, and we'll match it up with the code here. So it starts out, the first thing we print out is score 5,000, because we've initialized the score to 5,000, and we're putting out the string score. Notice the space in here, and then the score value is going to be a score of 5,000, and then a end a line character. So hold up. So so that takes care of that first line with the 5,000. Then what we do here is we say score equals score plus 100. Adds one, right? We add 100 to the score, and we assign that value with this equal sign. We assign that value back into the score variable. So now score is 5,100. And we can also use plus equal to assign 100 more to the score, and that gives us this printout of 5,200. Then if we go down a little bit more here, we have these increment operators. So you see this plus plus in front of lives. So we've started out with lives equal to 3. When we say plus plus lives, that's going to make lives equal to 4. So we have lives 4. Okay, then again we go back down and assign 3 to lives again. So lives becomes 3 again. And we can say lives plus plus. So we have plus plus lives and lives plus plus. And both of them will make lives go from 3 to 4. Okay. So what's the difference? Why do we have both? Well, sometimes it's convenient to increment lives first and then do an operation. So in this case, when we have the plus plus before lives, what we do is we start lives out as 3. First we add 1 to the lives to make it 4, and then we multiply that 4 by 10, and that gives us 40. So here we see we have lives comma bonus, so lives comma bonus equals, and we pipe out the value of lives and then the value of bonus and the endl. So here, because we did the plus plus lives, our lives at this point is 4, but notice because we did the plus plus lives, we added to the lives before we multiplied. So bonus became 40. In this one, what we did was we said lives plus plus, and since the plus plus comes after lives, that means multiply lives by 10 and then increment lives. So since lives was 3, we say 3 times 10 is 30, assign the 30 to bonus, and then increment lives, then make lives go to 4. So here we have see out lives comma bonus. Lives ended up being 4, but bonus is just 30 because we multiplied before we incremented. Okay, and finally, this is kind of an interesting one. This integer wraparound idea. So remember, we said there's a limit to how big these values can, how big a value these variables can hold, depending on how they've been declared, right? So score is an unsigned int. So the biggest an unsigned int can get, let's see here, an unsigned int. Wait, was it unsigned? What was it? Yeah, an unsigned int score. So the biggest an unsigned int can get is, let's see, thousands, million, is 4,294,967,295. So if we set it to that to begin with, this is as big as it can possibly get. Okay, so we can print out its value, but then when we add 1 to it, we got 0. So what happens is when these values get too big, they basically wrap around. And the picture from the book is this one. It says a way to visualize an unsigned int variable wrapping around from its maximum to its minimum is just think like when you have a speedometer, right? There's only so many columns that you have. So when you go to the next number up, everything is going to go to zeros. And this looks like it should go to a 6, but remember that we're storing things in bits, so these are all zeros and ones, so it's maxed out. So what this would look like in the machine is all ones here, and then when you increment up one more, it's going to be all zeros. Okay, so it would be however many, like 32 ones or something like that, and then it would change over to 32 zeros. So that's why you go from this high value then to a 0. Okay. Oh yeah, and I stuck in this system pause then so that it would stop nicely for us.